So we're back.
Yes, we're
In
back.
our last episode, Matthew Duenas was telling us about this really dicked up situation about trying to save his cat and then him robbing a chief of the last $100 to his name.
A chief, dude. This guy makes so much more money than I do, and he offered me $200, and he didn't even have that.
So,
He's
anyway,
like, what's 100 sound like?
Yeah, after that recap.
All right, yeah. So it's the next day. This is all Friday. This all happened on Friday. This is the next day.
Wait,
no,
everything with like Master Chief?
all that in that previous
my-
episode all happened in one day.
Wow.
That was all in one day. By the time I was done, by the time he gave me the $100 in cash, it was already like it was 1700 or 5 p.m. 6 p.m. and I had to see my best friends off.
So
And then he left too. I saw him on the van. I saw him on the same van everyone else went in. And my buddy David told me that, like, dude, everyone was mean mugging him. No one talked to him. He sat alone in the airport because everyone was
Poor
mad
guy.
about what happened to him. No,
he couldn't even buy some Bojangles, man. You took all his money. Whatever, bro. That's nuts.
Yeah, no,
so that,
I didn't feel bad for him. I was flare pissed. I had to pay over $1,200 out of my own pocket because of his fucking negligence with paperwork. All right, so the next morning, I was so nervous because I didn't know how the local Bahraini airport was going to handle the cat in the kennel and it's bad enough with regular airports. This is a foreign airport where I don't know who speaks English. I'm sure they all speak English, but you know what I mean? It's even more alienating because you don't know what exactly is going to happen.
Right.
So I had to go to that same taxi driver that took me to those offices.
Yeah, the guy.
He's like, "What happened? I thought you were gone." And I'm like, "No, man." I told, whatever. He took me to the local mall, and I had to buy some there's some shit for the kennel to make sure that the cat had food and water. Because that was one of the requirements I read online. Mm-hmm. And that's what they told me on the phone. They're like, you need to make sure this cat's going to stay alive. And I was so nervous for the cat. Because what I've heard about animals traveling is that they get so stressed out that they fucking die.
Some of them do. Yes, small dogs especially.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Or they're never the same. They have PTSD from...
Yeah. From just being completely isolated. They're disoriented. They don't know what the
loud,
fuck.
Right.
Oh, goodness gracious,
crazy.
dude.
But, okay, so you get this thing for your cat.
So, get to the airport. I'm waiting, and these fucking... while I was waiting, I was sitting on the floor with this cat, just making sure she's okay. These fucking local kids were, slapping the kennel. They're like, oh, it's a cat. They just start slapping. They just start, they're scaring my cat, dude. And I was so nervous, too, because the last time my cat was in the kennel was when we were getting her shots, and she was loud, freaking out, scratching me. But thank God I was so blessed because... I don't know, God, whatever. Thank goodness that she was just incredibly quiet the entire time. So anyway, I take the kennel to the front desk. They're like, oh, no problem. You did have it reserved, good to go. They got the cat. She was in the plane. All I had to do was wait. I was like, thank fucking God. And I made sure literally made sure with them is the cat in there. They're like, oh, yep, everything's in there. Mm-hmm. Good to go. I was so happy. They didn't even look at my paperwork. All the paperwork that I worked so hard for, going to that militia base or whatever the fuck they had, they didn't even look at it. They didn't look at her fucking medical records. They didn't look at her immigration forms. Nothing. So I was like, whatever. I'm just glad. So I went to some Irish pub at the terminal. I got fucking drunk before getting on the flight to Frankfurt, Germany. So this is where shit gets...
Oh, yeah. Willkommen.
Frankfurt. Yeah, I was like, oh, welcome to Frankfurt.
We have a special beer and pretzels.
So anyway, I lay over Frankfurt for 6 or 7 hours.
It's awesome.
It's
not awesome.
No.
Okay.
No, that is awesome.
Okay.
It's awesome because of what... So when I was on the phone the previous day, they told me, look, you're switching from Lufthansa. I forgot. Lufthansa Airlines.
Yeah, it's the German airline.
Yeah,
it's actually really nice.
They're beautiful. They're awesome. You're switching from that to United. Okay. You have to physically make sure you have to carry the cat and go through customs all over again So you get the cat from that the German airline to United.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's important you do that. I was like, okay. I had 7 hours to do it. I showed up there like at 2 or 3, 4 in the morning. I don't know. It was in the middle of the night. I was running around like looking for anyone to help me out. Mm-hmm. I spoke to some nice German people. I told them my situation. They're like, no, we do that ourselves. And
is that how they sound?
No, I'm sorry. Anyway, they told me. I'm sorry. They're like, no, we do that ourselves. You don't have nothing. Like, you have nothing to worry about. I don't know who told you that on the phone, but like,
das ist kein Problem.
I was just like, are you sure? Like, are you absolutely positive? Like, I was trying to be as sure as I possibly could. They're like, yes, like, you have nothing to worry about. Like, this is your flight. This is your cat. Okay, no, we do that ourselves. I was like, okay, cool. Hours pass by.
Okay.
This is 2 hours before the flight. United Airlines customer service light boop goes up. There's someone there, obviously American. Like, it was just some like fat blonde lady. I'm like, okay, this is not German. Like, she looks ugly. This is an American.
You're like, I'm almost back home.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? Let me just make sure, dude. You know me with my anxiety. Like, my thought process goes out there. Mm-hmm. I was so meticulous about this shit. I went up to her. I was like, hey, this is my situation. I just want to make sure everything's good to go. She's like, oh, no. You were supposed to make sure that cat gets on yourself. I'm like, ma'am, I spoke to these other people. Like, I was just trying to be calm.
You're like, the Germans told me.
Dude, of all those people, the one fucking person that was rude to me was a fucking American.
Wow.
And they're like, no, you're supposed to do that yourself. You can't you can't leave here without that cat. I'm like, I'm not trying to leave here without my fucking cat lady. Like, I'm trying to dude. She's like, you need to go back to like the very front end, like you know when you check-in. You need to go all the way past customs to check-in. I must have ran back and forth through customer service to check-in, trying to get answers like 4 or 5 times. My old passport had Frankfurt, Germany Airlines stamped on it. I don't know how many fucking times.
Oh, because they have to check it.
Dude, yes. I went through customs, X-rayed, all these like
German... People were like, how many times you go to Germany?
Dude, they probably thought I was some terrorist. Like, I just kept going back and forth. These poor fucking guys saw the same guy and like...
Yeah. They're like, should we stop him?
Dude, it was cold as fuck in Frankfurt in the middle of April.
Yeah.
It's cold as shit. I was sweating. I was the only person fucking sweating. So yeah, dude, I'm running back and forth, going through customs, back and forth. I finally get an answer from this other lady, and she tells me the same thing. And this is like 30 minutes before the flight is about to leave to Houston, Texas. Wow. She was like, "Listen, you can't leave here. Like, I don't know where your cat is. Like, but you need to get it. Like, because you're not leaving without this cat." I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm not trying to. Like, please help me out. Is there any way?" Like, and she's like, "Well, the next flight's not till tomorrow. Like, you're gonna have to stay here overnight." And like, realistically, that's a fine situation, right? But the thing is, I was so stressed out from the previous day, going through all that, like keeping my mouth shut, resisting the urge to punch that fucking chief in the face, and then like all that other crap. I literally had my hands on the counter in front of her, and like...
You did the same pose the chief did?
I did the same... Now I'm thinking about it, I did the exact same pose that he did. The lost soul.
When he fell on his bro.
I looked in the ground, and I didn't even realize, but like, I was forming tears on my face. I was like, look, listen, man, like, I'm not mad at you. I know this is a whole mix-up, but is there anything you could do that could have me leave with this cat today? It would be greatly appreciated. I'll give you money. I don't care. Like, I just want to leave with this fucking cat.
Like, I have $100 in cigarettes.
the same cash.
It goes full circle.
The guilty cash,
yes.
Yeah. The hundreds of shillings of gold. Anyway.
What'd she say?
She was like, okay, give me a moment. Like, I don't know what resonated with me, but she was like, you know what? Just give me a moment. Like, I'll try something. She called like one of the managers of or someone in United, and she was like, yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Like it was just like a precursor to me feeling like some sort of relief. And she, by the time we had that whole conversation and like the end of it, she hung up the phone. She's like, "Look, I'm just gonna say the manager because I forgot exactly who she was, but she was like, the manager's over there at that terminal right now with your cat. Actually, she heard about your situation this entire time because you've been going back and forth. If you go there right now, if you're able to make it, you'll be able to leave." And she's like, "I don't know if you're gonna make it because that flight is leaving like 15 to 20 minutes. Like you got to get there now." I was like, "Thank you so much." I fucking booked it, dude. I ran so hard. I sprinted, dude.
Yeah.
And you know how far away, like, you know how big that airport is? It's a huge airport.
The Frankfurt one? It's
Yes.
a massive airport.
Yes. I didn't take a train or nothing. I ran from point A to point B, dude.
How many miles do you think you booked that?
I don't even know, dude. Dude, by the time, dude, I will say this. By the time I sat down, I'll get to that part. I got to the terminal. It was already about like 3 minutes before the flight was actually supposed to take off. Like no one's in the seats. I'm the last one, and I got there sweating bullets, dude. And the lady was like, "I heard your situation. I know you're in the Navy. I know you're trying to go home. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. So we have your cat. We've never done this before because your cat is not a carry-on. She's not in a carry-on kennel. The plane doesn't have many people in it. In fact, it's a handful of people. We have so many seats empty. We hardly do this. We're gonna give that cat a seat right next to you, and so you could go home with her. But that cat can't get out of the kennel in any circumstances."
Right.
I was like, "That's perfect.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you." So, dude, I was so happy, like a wave of relief.
You started crying.
Dude, I almost did. I almost cried. You know me, dude. I'm an emotional
You cry all
dude.
the time.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so she was like, "This is the crew. Just show them what the kennel looks like with the cat, and they'll be like, just so they know." I was like, "Okay." So I showed them. They're like, "Oh, it's really cute, dude." They drilled holes into this kennel on any side that it could open on any hinge, and they drilled holes into it, and they zip tied it all shut. That kennel was not usable anymore after that.
The cat's like, "What the fuck's
Dude,
going
the
on?"
cat was in the smallest corner,
Yeah.
scared as shit.
Yeah, because they're drilling it with the cat inside.
Dude,
Oh my gosh. You probably thought he was in a saw trap.
Dude! So anyway, I have no idea what kind of fucking, like, I should have put a fucking camera in that kennel just to see the adventure that cat had. Anyway, I shook hands with the entire crew.
Yeah.
I got in the plane. By the time I sat down and I put the cat next to me, my legs were on fire. My knees were on fire. All the joints in my body were hurting, dude.
Yeah, you ran 10K in Frankfurt, Germany.
Dude,
at
it was
2 a.m.
so bad. And that 16, 17-hour flight from Frankfurt to Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Best thing ever, dude. The cat was right next to me, just chilling. I had never felt so good in my life. And landed in Houston, and people were like, why the fuck did you get a cat? Dude, like, it was a bunch of Texans, too, from Germany somehow. They're like,
"Hey, brother, what you doing with that kitty?"
How the fuck did you get a cat in the goddamn airport like that?
Yeah.
And I explained to them the story, and they're like, "Wow, that's some crazy shit." I was like, "Yep." So, then I from Houston, and I was like, I was dropping off the cat in Houston. I'm like, "Are you sure it's in the plane?" They're like, "Yes." I'm over here with crazy hair. Like, "Are you sure?" And it was all good, and got the cat to Harlingen, Texas. My buddy Tubby.
I know.
His real name is Juan. Picked me up. I took him to my ex-wife, and the cat lives with her, which was fine. Honestly, like I said, as long as that cat who did so much good for me while I was over there, when I was in like such a dark place, I would like have nightmares about leaving her in Bahrain. Yeah. I didn't care how much it costed. Like I had to get that cat out of there.
I get it, man.
Dude, it was
and
dude, I was, oh my gosh, and my ex-wife was like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, dude, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen that cat in years now, but it's fine. I just wanted that cat to be in a better living condition than fucking Bahrain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it, man.
Wow.
That's my weekend, dude.
That was 2 days.
That was 2 whole days, dude. 2 entire days of just craziness.
And you know what's funny is whenever you come up on your PRD or when you change duty stations, that's a pretty stressful experience.
It is.
Even under pristine circumstances, moving is a stressful thing to do. And it was made so much harder that you had to go through all that crap. And that's really funny.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.